Thank you. Good morning to all. After Dr. Golapalli Rao presentation, I'm thinking in which way I will present, as because his presentation and my almost not same, but it is very much connected to each other. So my topic is challenges and opportunities in preventing blindness beyond 2020. You see the picture, how dark it was when the granddaughter carrying the grandfather to the center, eye center or vision center like that. And after the surgery, how colorful life is. So, I would like to say a few words about global blind condition, where 43 million people are blind, and among them, 55% are the female. So, 295 million people with moderate to severe visual impairment, and their majority of the people of this visual impairment live in low and middle income countries. So there is a prediction that by the 2050, there will be 61 million people who will be blind. That is Lancet Globe Health. So what about the Asian region? The highest blind people live in the South Asia, that is around 12 million. And the lowest high-income Asia Pacific, 0.353 million. What about the situation of Bangladesh? Bangladesh is a country where the blindness survey has done in 2000, and the prevalence of blindness was 1.5%. And again, blindness survey have done in 2020, where I was one of the advisors there, and the prevalence of blindness was 0.77%. So the number of blind, 50,000, and after 2020 blindness survey, 527,000. You may think why there is minimum difference, as because within these 20 years, the population increases. And so the condition of the blindness survey is like that. What about the cataract backlog? It was 17,400 during 2000 survey, and after 2020 survey, come down to 389,614. So you see, the untreated cataract is now 70%, and the rest are 30%, among them glaucoma 6%, diabetic retinopathy 1%, and in this way others are also. So what are the challenges? Challenges are social, challenges are health system, and others also. Social challenges, that is cultural barrier for not receiving eye care. This is very sad, that when people become older, they thought that it is the usual phenomena, as because after becoming old, the skin are wrinkled, hair are all white, and it is the duty of their children to take care of them. They will not need to do any surgery. They will just depend on their children. They will take care of them. And there is gender disparities in receiving eye care also, as because male are going out for work and the female are inside the home, so could not be possible to go in the center. Health system, inadequate eye health care facilities, maintenance of eye care equipment and utilization of services at secondary level health care. Challenges are also eye health workforce, that is inequitable and mismatched human resources, particularly in hard-to-reach, underserved area of the country. Whereas maximum population live in the rural areas and maximum doctors live in the urban area. Institutionalizing MLOP cadre. Eye care services, that is increased CSR. High volume surgery do advocate as ensuring quality surgery to increase cataract surgical coverage. So the opportunities are, our government, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, developed National Eye Care Program, and they have given some strategy and activities to reduce cataract backlog by 2030. To provide high quality, low cost cataract surgery to eliminate backlog, that is, to increase the CSR, improve quality and outcome of surgery, provide accessible, affordable service to the hard-to-reach area, public awareness program for early detection and referral of cataract. Infrastructure technology development by strengthening existing one and at different level, and also establishing new facilities at different level. And 200 community vision center has already established in Bangladesh and aim to develop 600 community vision center by the year 2030. One community vision center for 300,000 population, and utilization of modern technology by ensuring the supply of modern equipment to all eye care facilities. Here is the community vision center, and what Dr. Rao has said, this is not the conventional way, but this is the futuristic, I think, like that, as because from here, not only referred directly to the base hospital, but also they are screening and give the treatment with the consultation of the ophthalmologist at base hospital through telemedicine. And this community vision center situated around the base hospital, 50 kilometers around that. So patients refer to base hospital for surgery. This is one of the base hospital in Bangladesh, and doctors are doing the surgery. So human resource development and development of subspecialty, training of subspecialty ophthalmologists in country and abroad, development of MLOP, development of primary eye care worker, strengthening advocacy meeting with policy decision maker, professional bodies and community leaders, billboard, poster, leaflet, TV spot and radio program for awareness development. So improving coordination and partnership with GEO and NGO, strengthening coordination mechanism between GEO and private sector, expansion of maximum collaboration in service delivery through different agencies, private sector encouraged to take more responsibilities in providing low-cost services. Sustained demand-side financing. This is one of the special program of National Eye Care, is to provide financial support for marginalized group of people for doing cataract surgery. This support cover transport, food, and subsidy for day loss. So, in conclusion, eye health service needs to strengthen increasing effective rehabilitation will reduce social impact. More investment for preventing blindness is needed. In conclusion, I would like to say regional cooperation will enhance prevention of blindness program in Bangladesh. Need to develop strong cooperation to promote shared learning and exchange of technology. Exchanging public health experience in preventing blindness, developing opportunities for competency-based training, fostering service development network, knowledge sharing for improving quality, productivity, equity, and access to cataract services. And last of all, thank you all for your patience hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Awasan, for sharing your experiences and wisdom with us. And we hope we have got a fruitful discussion in the future as well. Thank you.